Ready?
Yep.
Hi,
Hi.
welcome to Martini Mondays. And it's a really, really special Monday because,
It is Monday.
well, yeah, but no, Indiana's playing
Oh,
today
yeah.
in the championship game. And they now, I mean, not in a lot of people's lifetime have they been good in football.
No, I watched Shay this morning.
Yeah,
Um,
I know. I went for my nails, but I
I
recorded
taped
it.
it. I taped it for you.
Thank
She
you.
was interviewing Mark Cuban.
Aw,
Because he's at the game
yeah.
and he was going, Hoosiers. And they said something
Oh,
about,
so much
I was in the kitchen at one point when she was talking to these guys,
Mhm.
and they said something about Shay Cornett. And I thought,
I know that girl.
does her husband have another brother? I'm thinking. And I'm like, oh my God, it's Shay.
She does have. I know. Yeah.
But
That's
anyways,
her.
it was a fun interview. I listened to most of it, and then I watched that particular. It was only like
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Well,
Or
because
something.
they talked about obviously the biggest game
Yes.
last night. And,
Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
But Stephen A.
lost it.
Smith was like, I mean, all these Hoosiers, I'm so tired of it. Shay's like, hey, all we keep on hearing about is whatever. Who are they?
Alabama.
Like, yeah,
Miami.
Miami, and
Yeah.
and all. And we've never, ever. They were never, ever good.
No. And I mean, obviously they were amazing in basketball, and Bobby Knight was there. And they've had some good seasons. They were good my senior year, 2008, but not anything like this. And then with football at all, ever.
Well, Cuban, who's obviously older than you guys, said they weren't good back then either.
Okay, well, good to know.
There you go. So it's a big deal.
It is. So happy Monday and go Hoosiers.
Mhm.
And we're drinking red drinks. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Cosmos.
Cosmos.
Mm-hmm. Keeping it easy. If anybody has a new martini recipe that they would like to send our way, please.
Well, we do. I have a ton of them, but we just don't make them. This happened to be very easy because, again, it's on the rocks and it's Cosmo, but it's very white. So I just put a little bit of
Grenadine?
No, I just poured a little bit of maraschino cherry juice in here. So that's what's making it a little sweet.
Oh, isn't that what grenadine is?
Yeah, but isn't that, it's a little soury or something. I don't know. I don't like grenadine.
Also, before we start, I would just like to shout out Lexi Banis. Do you like my sweatshirt?
What are you wearing? I don't have my glasses.
It's a martini.
Oh, cute.
She
Oh, we
also-
should have worn our martini sweaters.
You have to be more prepared next time.
Damn it.
And she also got me this awesome martini.
How cute is that?
Sandal, right? So cute. Let me see it more this way.
Yeah.
I don't want to burn it because I don't
No.
want to lose it. It's so cute.
No, it's so cute.
She also got me a martini ornament for Christmas. I loved it all. So thanks, Lex.
So cute, Lex.
I wanted to talk this week about bridal parties. I know that we've touched on them, obviously, because how could you not when you're talking about weddings? But we've never really talked about bridal parties, and they are clearly a huge part of.
For most people.
Yeah, yeah, not everybody. Some people. Well, I think it's always a thing because you either want them and you have a lot of people, or whoever your inner circle is, or you don't want them, and that's a thing too because you just decide I'm not having anybody.
Right.
So with that said, do you think people are pressured to include certain people? Because it really should be your nearest and dearest.
Well, I think some people are pressured by their parents, maybe, because they want certain people. My mother pressured me into certain people, and I was just a bitch. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. So, you just have to be strong in that case. But a lot of people probably are. The parents put pressure on them.
If you're having a lot of people and it really is not going to make or break your day, like if you're going to say no to upset somebody, then why say no?
Yeah.
But when
Not everybody has 9,000 people like you, though, either. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Weddings are emotional, though, and sometimes you let your emotions get the best of you. So if someone pisses you off, too, no matter how close you are, you might not want that.
Exactly.
So I guess that's
when you make a statement.
Yeah, and then you maybe lose a friend.
Maybe.
Or you just decide to have them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know.
When I creep on your Facebook and I see these weddings, they're very big. I don't see small weddings that I see. Not only on Facebook, when I look in magazines and stuff, the Bridal magazine that you brought home the other day. That congratulations being in it, by the way.
Thank you.
Um,
Chicago style weddings. I'll post it.
yeah, Chicago style weddings. Most of them have big bridal parties.
They
I mean,
do.
a decent amount.
It's
You know,
usually like 8. I feel
yeah,
like 8 is the magic number.
yeah,
So, there's a total of 16. You throw in some flower girls and ring bearers, and then obviously parents. Um, and you're having a pretty decent amount of people walking down the aisle.
yes, yes.
But
But there are people like Jennifer. How old was Jennifer when she got married? She acted like she was 92.
and she wasn't.
I know. How old was she?
I think she was like 33.
She was like, I'm so old, I can't have
I
anybody.
mean, I was 31. I had 16 bridesmaids.
And she's only 2 years older than you? No.
No, no, but she didn't get married.
Oh.
The
Yeah,
same
yeah, yeah.
time
No,
as
no,
me.
I was thinking that you said I was 31 when you stood up to her wedding. No,
Oh, when I got married.
yeah,
So she was like 34 or something.
yeah, no, she
I'm
wasn't
just
old at all.
comparing, saying she kept saying, I'm so old, I'm so old.
She
And
not.
I was 31.
Yeah,
It's not like I was,
yeah, yeah.
when I got married, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I was like in my 20s when.
Yeah.
So I was
So she only wanted you. She had 2 people.
6. She was young. Now, like, I was 26 or 27. So she was like 32 when she got married.
Well, I think she was like 5 when you were born. I think she's 5 years older.
She's
than you.
6 years older than I.
She's 6 years older? Okay.
So she was like 31 or 32.
Yeah, she wasn't old.
Not at all.
No,
Especially by today's standards.
it was just your mind.
Don't you? It's always the right timing. Do not let time. I've had brides at every age.
Well, I think some of these brides that are like 55 years old and they have a bunch of people is ridiculous. Go, you have
Who's
a small.
55 and has
You had a few very old brides, older.
that had a huge bridal party?
I'm just saying, you're saying who's 55? There are people that
No, I've
do
had.
it.
Oh yeah. Well, they wanted the wedding dress. They wanted all that, but I don't think they had a bridal party.
There are people that do it. They missed out. They didn't do it. Yeah, I'm not saying they ever got married. I'm saying ones that never got married. They had. I know people that got married and they had big bridal parties and they were older and it's stupid, but that's what they wanted and that's what they did.
So what's your age cutoff to have a bridal party?
I mean, don't be 50 and having a
It'll
bridal
be
party.
40.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, because 40 is a new 30.
Yeah, not really.
That's what I'm reading everywhere, though. They're saying millennials are just aging backwards.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
Why? Why not? I love that. I'm a millennial. Well, I think when you have a lot of people, I was fortunate that everybody was just, I mean, my friends are great and I love them. And that's why I wanted them all around me. So no one really caused issues.
No, you were very close with the people that you asked.
And I
That
still
was-
am.
Yeah, I know. They were your closest friends and you wanted to have them.
But sometimes when you feel obligated or you have too many people is when opinions arise that maybe you don't want.
Right.
Or someone thinks that they're taking on a certain role. Like maybe if someone's upset that they're not the maid of honor and all of a sudden they're,
Right.
taking maid of honor roles or trying to push that person out.
Right.
That's where
Right.
I think you find a little, because girls could be catty.
Absolutely.
But I haven't seen too many issues, to be honest with you. I've been in a lot of weddings.
You've been in a lot of weddings, but they are like you're not in random weddings. You're in weddings of your closest friends. All of you from IU, you stood up to each other's weddings, and what's the problem? You're like sisters, all of them. There wouldn't be a
Yeah.
problem. So, and then Jennifer is like your older sister. So there, and of course it was only you, but there's never a problem.
I guess
in that
I'm saying
situation.
like not so much like not my friends. I mean maybe like a friend that had to have a cousin or a sister-in-law. A sister-in-law could be a nightmare.
Yes.
They might not want to wear what you're wearing.
I had a family member that had an absolute bitch from mother-in-law and sister-in-law. And that poor girl, they put her through hell and it was awful. And I used to tell her to stand up for herself and
She didn't.
she did not.
Is she divorced now?
No,
Oh,
no.
she must.
I'm
really
not
love-
saying any.
I don't want to know names. No. That's it. I
I
don't
don't
want
want
to
to
know.
say anymore.
I don't know.
But I've seen it. And don't forget too, I was in the wedding business. I did wedding planning and event planning.
Right. That's why.
And
I'm
I
here.
had the moms here and I would hear the horror stories.
Can you think of one horrible? Don't say names. Obviously, we're not here to upset anybody.
To tell you a horrible story.
Of a bridesmaid or something.
Yeah, this person I was talking about, the in-laws came to her shower, mother-in-law and sister-in-law didn't give a gift. Um, I don't wanna say anymore because I'll know who it is. It's it she was brought to tears, the bride. It was terrible what they did, and they were just mean.
Well, that's obligation, and if you have a shitty sister-in-law, I don't think you should, feel obligated to have them. And I don't necessarily think that siblings that it's a given. That you
I
have to
don't
have
either.
them.
I don't think
What is that?
and I don't think that you need to. Like, when, George wanted you to stand up to the wedding, you said, "George, I'm 40 years old. I have 2 kids. Take my kids." You
Yeah,
know? You don't have to even feel obligated to your siblings.
I agree. I mean, unless you have a sister or, and you want her to be your maid of honor,
Right.
like that's or your brother's your best man, that's a totally different thing.
Yes. Yes.
Um, how do you feel that wedding bridal parties have changed from the time, I don't know, within the last 25, 30 years?
How have they changed?
What have they evolved to be?
Well, first of all, I hate that they wear black.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were gonna say.
Um, they we black. I mean, my mother would have died right there if I said I want black. I don't like that. I just don't. Um,
I think everyone black, but I know.
it's not my thing. I mean, it should, and I understand it's dressy and black tie. I get it. It's very cool in the
If they
pictures.
do
I
the,
get it. I'm not the
some people are
pastel
doing
type
the
either.
no. Some people do that black and white thing though too.
Yes, yes. And
I don't mind it there.
I I'm not saying that I mind it so much, actually. I'm backtracking. I'm not saying that I mind it so much. That's one of the things that has changed, and it's very different. Of course, when I was getting married, everybody was in pastels, and then they started doing rainbow weddings, which was nauseating.
That's kind of back a little bit. It's
Ugh.
not called rainbow weddings, but they take a
Ugh.
color palette and they allow their bridesmaids to pick dresses according to a color palette. And it's not necessarily everybody like a certain shade of pink. The color palette could be like, French blue, sage, and you pick according to that. I
Well,
would never let anybody,
no,
I
I
would
would
never
never.
give them that
Uh-uh.
that trust
Authority.
or authority to do that.
Mm-mm.
Actually, that's where a stylist comes in, guys, because
That's
I
right.
could help pull all that together.
Now, what Lexi Vanis did, Jovanovich, she had like the dresses were the same palette, but they were different dresses and a slightly different print that if you, weren't really paying attention, you wouldn't notice it.
Well, that's because it was all the same designer.
I
and it
know.
came- oh, so
I don't mind
I don't
that.
mind that at
I
all.
don't mind that at
It
all.
worked out beautifully.
Yeah, it did. No, it looked really
No,
pretty.
it's
I
when you
like that a lot.
tell, one person
You were
they're
wearing
wearing green.
you were wearing a solid dress. I think Angelica Banis was wearing a print. It was very pretty, and the
Yeah.
colors were,
And the fabrics were different too, but it was all the same designer. So it's all coming from the same factory. It's all the same color,
yeah,
dye, and all of
that
that.
was pretty. Just tell your girls, wear whatever you want. I just want black. I just want navy. Put on. I would never in a million years allow that.
Aw. And we're back.
Yep.
Sorry. Well, did anyone see her? I guess I have to cut her out.
You could cut her out.
My daughter woke up from her nap.
I do also like the fact that I know it's supposed to be what I don't like, but I do like the fact that the only thing that they do allow the one bride say, this is the dress I picked out, but these are variations on the dress. Try out what you like and what looks good on you, and you get that. Years ago, it was one dress, and a girl that might have been 30 pounds heavier than somebody else looked atrocious because they were too fat for the dress that was picked out.
Well, and I don't think that's right.
No,
If
it's
you-
not right.
I don't know what
So I do
bride
like that.
out there. Right. When I had 16 girls, clearly when you put that many people together, they're all going to have different body types.
Absolutely.
One might have huge boobs, might be
Right.
flat chested. There's
Yep.
so many different things.
Mhm.
So you want everybody to feel beautiful and comfortable.
Right.
But I don't know what bride out there is shame on you if you don't care and you want your bridesmaids to feel good shit.
Years ago, that's what you did. You picked one dress and they wore it. You didn't say, okay, so-and-so's, 98 pounds anorexic, and so-and-so's 140 pounds and huge. So what are we doing here? What's going to look good on you?
140 pounds and huge.
I'm just saying, back then it was a lot of weight. Nobody, everybody was very thin. Everybody, a lot of people have gotten very heavy. That's a given.
Yeah.
Very, very heavy. There's a lot of obese people around today. And when I hear that they're like 140 pounds or 145, I'm thinking, that's not a lot, but it's a lot for them.
I'm 140 pounds.
Well, you don't look it. So there you go. I was 140 pounds before the diverticulitis thing. So yeah.
God, we're not getting into that.
Anyways, another
If
thing,
you know.
the one thing that I absolutely I have to go back to I'm going to tell you this other story about this sister-in-law. The girls got dresses that were chiffon into the floor. They were gowns. So everybody was told, they had to buy the same shoes. And all you really saw was the toe, basically, because it was,
A long dress.
it was a long dress. The sister-in-law went and bought different shoes and cut it above her ankle.
Oh, just to be a bitch.
Just to be a bitch.
Yeah, that's mean.
Just to be a bitch. So this girl the bride was putting up with a lot of little crap like that.
Yeah, that's
It
just
was all passive aggressive.
Yeah.
And then they called her a gold digger.
So
So
going back to, you don't necessarily have to have your significant other's siblings.
I would have excluded his whole family. That's how bad they were. But anyways,
Moving on.
I hate pregnant bridesmaids.
Yeah, I thought that's where you were going to go when you said black
That kills
dresses.
me.
I was shocked. But
That kills me.
did you guys hear that? Pregnant bridesmaids. She hates them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually pregnant at Lexi's wedding walking down the aisle.
I know. I thought it was terrible.
I asked her if she cared. She
I
said
know.
no.
I just think it's terrible.
I told her I wouldn't stand up.
You're pregnant and you're walking down. You're a bridesmaid.
Right. This is what I was hoping you would say the first time around. Not
You're
black
not
dresses. That's boring.
You're not the bride's mama. You're a bridesmaid. You're not a matron. You could be a matron of honor. That means you've been married. I know things have so much changed, but I don't think it's changed for the better. I'm sorry.
Anything about groomsmen? Do we even care? They're just there.
They're just kind of there.
Yeah, no one really cares about them.
Yeah, usually it's in the American tradition, the best man is usually the brother. In our Greek tradition, the best man, the kubaro, he's the one in charge of the crowns, and he baptizes your first child. It's a very big honor. It usually is not the brother. Some do, but it usually is not the brother. It's
No,
somebody
it's somebody
close
close
because
to you
they're going to
that's-
baptize that baby.
You try to extend your family.
Exactly.
Your tradition.
That's the tradition.
Yeah.
And then everybody else, years ago, it was even when my parents got married, it was their closest friends. It was their siblings. But here's the difference. Back in the day, you were a bridesmaid. If you were married, you were an ass. So my mother's best friend got married before her. She wasn't at the wedding.
Right, Georgia.
Georgia. So my dad's sisters were married before. So
they weren't in India.
uh-uh.
Someone shouldn't have to worry about.
No.
This, but they were nice.
No, they were. But anyways, that was the tradition then. Now it's, everything's up for grabs.
I have something about the groomsmen. Wear socks. What is that?
I think that's terrible.
It's a black tie wedding downtown, and you're wearing like a
Terrible, Tony Franco.
a velvet loafer,
Terrible.
but no socks.
Terrible.
Nobody wants to see your bony, hairy ankles.
These young guys do it, and it's awful.
I hate it.
I do too. I think it's terrible.
I mean, unless you're getting married on the beach in Tahiti or Mexico or Hawaii, just beach. I guess I don't have to name beach places.
Right. A beach. Yes.
Wear socks.
I agree.
That is,
to me, that bugs me. It's like a bridesmaid not wearing a bra. I mean, it's the same thing.
I mean, it's not.
It is still, to me. It bothers me that much. It bothers me that much.
In some dresses, you can't wear a bra.
No, but
You're saying it's not altered or boobs are hanging?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another thing that bothers me. I think more things bother me than you. I hate when the bridal party is introduced and each couple does some stupid thing, like they're fucking Cirque du Soleil or something like
Remember that one wedding where they came in and they did, and I'm not going to say whose wedding.
I know whose wedding it was. I know whose wedding it was. I mean, I
Carly
wasn't
or
there, but I know
whatever. I was like, are you kidding me right now?
That is like beyond nails on
I loved what you did because who wants to hear And here is Susie Snowflake, the bride's best friend from college. And you're going through 9,000 people, escorted by the best friend of the groom who went to Indiana with him. Who wants to hear that? I loved that you were in the room. The music was playing. You were on the stage. Everybody was dancing. Your bridal party was on the floor. And it was like kind of like a bar mitzvah at the beginning. They were getting everybody out on the dance floor to dance.
I guess I always wanted my own bar mitzvah.
So, you know, so that was, to me, I can't stand that anymore. And that's how it was. I mean, but you didn't do stupidity like that. You'd walk in, you'd smile. They'd say, you know,
right. No, I'm saying in the last 15, 20 years, 20,
they feel like
25.
They have to perform.
Like, you
Take
know,
your fucking seats.
Like fish thing. Like,
sit down. No. They fish things. They're throwing out a fishing pole to kind of grab you. Stupid.
That makes me, that angers me. That really angers me.
It doesn't anger me so much as it just irritates me.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Closing arguments. Maybe not a closing argument. I don't know. Maybe I'm watching that show too much. That All is Fair.
Oh yeah.
I'm like a lawyer now.
Show. But it was entertaining.
It was very
kind of campy.
And their fashion was good.
Yeah. And Kim Kardashian is the worst actress in the whole world.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine she's technically playing herself. And
yeah.
What?
I mean, I just saw a preview of, I guess the Kardashians are still on. I didn't realize that.
They're on Hulu now.
I was watching Hulu. That's why probably they advertised it. And she sounded more realistic talking in there than she did, you know, on the show.
Wait,
she sounded better on the show than she did in
her reality show.
Her reality show than she did on that All's Fair or whatever.
Right.
She should take that persona with her on that show. She's very, very rigid.
Well, I think that's her character, though, too. She's supposed to be very, like, a stick up her ass.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love Niecy Nash, though. I
do
her all day long.
She's hysterical.
Okay, so what's one of your favorite bridesmaids looks? And you give a couple even to a lot of weddings.
You mean at weddings I've gone to?
Yeah. What, were you in one that you loved?
No. I didn't know what you were talking about. If I saw a dress that I liked or...
Oh, no. Weddings you've been to. Like, where have you been like, wow, that bridal party really looks amazing?
Well, yours.
Well,
we had a lot to do with it. So that.
Yeah, but they were also very good looking, my bridal.
They were. Yeah. They were a beautiful bridal party. And the dresses were gorgeous. Everybody picked what they wanted from, for them out of 2 or 3 dresses that you offer. I did like Lexi's.
Yeah, they were very pretty.
And I'm not fond of that.
No, but it worked.
But it worked really well.
Well, she has good taste, so
I did like Morgan's, even though I don't like black. I thought they all looked beautiful, and it was a black.
She also offered the same, like me, same designer, same fabric, but 2 different styles.
Yes. So they looked beautiful, the girls. They were a pretty bridal party. They were pretty girls. I don't know, back in the day, I loved Marissa Franco's, her bridesmaid dresses.
I loved those. They made such a statement.
They really, really did.
Yeah.
The color was fallish. They were ball gowns, strapless. You all looked beautiful in it. And I don't like you in a ball gown, but everybody looked beautiful. It was really, they really were very, very pretty.
Why do I look so bad in a ball gown?
I don't know. Kind of look like when you tried them on wedding dresses, you look like a cupcake or something.
Yeah, it's like I did. I looked horrible in a full.
Yeah, but you did wear a full ball gownish type to the cotillion, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, I was also like 20.
Yeah, but Marissa's dresses, even though they were, and I think there was crinoline underneath.
There was like a black crinoline. Yeah.
They were really beautiful. They made a statement. I'm trying to think. I've been to so many weddings. I can't.
I thought Andy's were really pretty. I loved the way we all looked.
You all look beautiful at Andy's wedding. Yeah.
That was really pretty.
Yeah. And again, different dresses.
So same
color, everything.
Same designer, but
yes. Yes, I like that.
No. We were all in the same dress.
You were all with
we were all on one strap. Yes, we were all in the same dress.
Okay, that was really pretty, but you girls look beautiful.
Yeah, it was all the same.
She was so sick that day.
I know.
It's terrible.
It's horrible.
Vertigo. I don't know. I wish you would have asked me, told me beforehand. I would have thought about it a little bit.
I told you before, do you want to listen to what I have to say? Do you want to look at a script a little bit? No, I just think it's better if I just come.
No, I do. I do,
I
but
don't
at
know what to
least you
do.
should have said, I'm gonna ask you about this, so at least I could have thought of some weddings in the past, I don't know how many years, that I really, really loved. There were weddings that I hated, and I won't say
No,
who.
don't
I
say
did
that.
love, Taylor Colombo's.
Oh, Taylor's was beautiful.
She got married in Cabo. The whole wedding was
And like that terracotta color
yeah, just
was
beautiful.
really so pretty.
The whole wedding was, though, so special.
It really was.
It was really one of my first destination weddings. I've been to destination weddings before,
No,
but
but not like that.
not
Yeah,
to Cabo,
same.
and it really
Welcome party at the gate, like everything. The party the next day after the wedding.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything. And the dresses were really, they were gorgeous. They really were. And you were older. You were one of the oldest ones.
I was.
You were much older.
You know what she did that I love? And if anybody is struggling to have maybe like an older sibling or someone that's very close to you, like Taylor and I are, but we're 10 years apart, I remember talking with Jason beforehand and saying, I wonder, am I walking down with one of Sam's groomsmen? Because they're all Stevie's age and Steve's friends and they're friends from college and,
In high school.
No, growing up, but
Yeah.
Sam's friends from college. And,
Right.
and he was like, I don't know, you're going to do whatever, they ask. And she had me walk down first by myself.
Yeah, I
And
did
I
that.
thought that was just
Special.
yeah, I felt like it's just a really nice honor.
Yeah. Well, you're like a sister to her, and she wanted to have you.
Right.
And if you said, I'm too old, I don't want to, she would have been crushed.
I would never, first of all, I wanted to. And second of all, I would never in a million accept that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to.
No.
It didn't matter. But I thought that was really nice. That's something too. I think I talked to some of my brides about that who didn't know what to do with older cousins or, someone in that older sister kind of role, whether they're an actual sister or not, and should they walk down the aisle. And I remember suggesting that because I thought it was really nice. I felt really special. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's an option too.
Yeah.
All right. I think
If I think of any weddings, you could get it on later.
we could do like little short videos.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear more from her.
Definitely, there's so many weddings I can't think right now.
We really have. Even if all the weddings I've been in.
Leslie Stiefel had a beautiful wedding in Arizona. I know we wanted to go into it, but she had a beautiful wedding. The whole thing, the bridesmaids, her dress, the place, everything else. Yeah. So I don't, today I don't pay too much attention to bridesmaids anymore unless they're dressed like
somebody like really stands out to you.
Yeah, unless they're walking down years ago, someone, and I'm talking, 40 years ago, they got married at the Hilton, and they wore like, one with the wind, and they had parasols that they opened as they were walking out of church, and that's
Parasols are back.
oh, God, it was so
Not to walk down the aisle, but like pictures if you're in a garden. I don't hate it. I'll show you some pictures.
I don't know. To me,
I would never do it. It's very southern. It's very preppy. It's not my style or personality. But if it's done right, the pictures with, I write the bride blogs for teenage dress, so I see all these brides' pictures and stuff. Mm-hmm. And the parasol thing is, but they kind of look almost like Asian parasol. They're not necessarily like that big. You know what I mean?
These weren't like rounded, but it was a parasol, but it wasn't that Chinesey, straight. It wasn't that.
These are more straight. I mean, it's not Chinese or Japanese theme, but they are more that.
I know what you're talking about, that shape. But I'm talking about years ago, more rounded, but not like a round, really, really round umbrella, just a parasol, like the way they made it back in the day, and it was so gross.
Oh, don't invite Chrissy to your wedding if you have parasol.
No, you can invite me. I just
like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear Stephanie starting. Bye, guys. Bye.